Hello everyone, it's Amanda with Shadow Radio, and today we are doing our recap at the Squirrel Cage Jail. Hi.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Good. Okay, so you guys' very first question, how was it like going to jail?
Well, I've never been.
Right.
So it was an experience. It was interesting, very interesting.
Did you learn to be good, so not to go back?
I would have to say this jail was definitely awesome. Going to this show was awesome because it's a rotary jail, first off, tons of history, some of the evidence that we captured, obviously.
Right.
We didn't know what to expect.
For sure.
And we came out there's some very, very intelligent EVP sessions we had there in activity.
That's good. Very good.
It was definitely interesting to see how it was back then, what they were going through, what it was like.
So, would you guys ever go back to Squirrel Cage Jail?
Yes, I'd like to, and see now that we know what we're looking for more, if we could find it would be the same, or we'd see different stuff, or hear things that we didn't hear when we were there, but then heard when we went through it.
Yeah, I agree completely. I definitely would like to go back, check it out. Maybe a couple years from now, we'll take a stop by it again and see what we're able to capture. And just like we did sort of with Melbourne, give it a little bit, see if anything's changed, or possibly if, some of the activity that's going on right now is still happening. And if that's the case, that would be awesome. And some of the answers, like if we're getting some of the same answers and stuff that we captured that first time, I would definitely put up some exclamation points with that,
For sure.
I would definitely go back to Squirrel Cage. Maybe that way we can do some of the stuff we didn't get to do, or we missed, or we were rushing with something. I would definitely go back.
All right. So, what was your favorite part and why?
I would have to say when we were by the bird area, or we were upstairs in the apartment. I would have to say that those were my two favorite spots. The activity was a lot more. There was some activity in the children's wing, and I would think those would be mine.
Right.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I believe the bird area specifically, some of the answers we gathered while we were investigating in that area, the cat ball going off at 3 a.m.
Right.
Definitely would have to say the bird area. And like she was saying, upstairs we were capturing a lot too.
My favorite part was isolation. Why is just because it's crazy to think that someone could be put in that small of an area for that extensive amount of time and be okay. It was so small. I went in there. There's no room to do anything.
So, can you guys tell me about your personal experiences?
Well, I was pushed right away. It seemed like we just had gotten done with our our tour.
Yeah.
And I was going up to investigate and take pictures and stuff. And I got pushed right away. And I lost my balance a little bit. I caught myself.
That's good, I'm glad.
But I could feel like a shoving.
Shoving?
Yeah.
I would have been very startled.
Yeah, that was one thing that really got me.
Yeah, I could tell. Right after it happened, she's like, Brett, I was just pushed, and I was like, where? Are you okay? You could definitely tell at the time that
It kind of scared me.
I don't blame you. Not one bit. How about you, Brett?
To be honest with you, I didn't know about when I was sleeping, some of those, like, things going around me and Trey, sounds and stuff like that. But during the 3 a.m. when we were in the bird area, so a little bit after 3, I felt like there was touching on my back. And I felt as if someone was in the cell with me as I was doing the Estes method. It felt very, I don't know, uneasy feeling, I should say.
Yeah. I would have been devastated. Would have loved to join you guys, but would have been devastated.
Really, the only experiences that I had, I kept feeling the back of my hair get pulled. Really, that's the only personal experience I had. Really, I mean, we got a lot of stuff as a group. Personally, I mean, I didn't feel too much by myself.
So would you guys ever go back to Squirrel Cage Jill?
Yes, I'd like to, and see now that we know what we're looking for more, if we could find it would be the same. Or...
I would definitely go back to Squirrel Cage. Maybe that way we can do some of the stuff we didn't get to do, or we missed, or we were rushing with something. I would definitely go back.
Upstairs, we were capturing a lot too in the apartment for the jailer.
All right. Okay. What was it like to be there?
It was okay.
Do you mean like, how did we feel?
Yeah,
like when we were there.
Yeah.
I would have to say, like, when I first got there, I was anxious because I would have to say when I first got there, I was anxious because I was ready to get the history and the tour done, and wanted to learn some more facts about the location, of course.
Right.
Yeah, I was anxious to get started and to see what was going on, you know, to see how our night was going to be. You know, it had been a little bit since we had been on an investigation and just raring to go.
Right.
I would say it's interesting to go to jail. Not even a jail of normal today jail from way back then, and see how it was.
Were you expecting the intelligent answers you got while you were there?
I would say yes and no.
Okay.
We got a lot more intelligent answers than I was expecting.
Say, you go to any place, you never know what to expect.
Sure.
You know, like, you could go to a place and spend all the money in the world and have no activity. You know what I mean? So, I go in with that.
No, not really. I expected there to be some things, but the amount of intelligence that we got there was just off the wall.
It seemed like upstairs leading to bird area was very active. Can you guys elaborate on that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like we were saying, our favorite 2 spots in the whole jail were these 2 locations. These 2 locations, they left us scratching our head at some points during the night. Some of the answers we were gathering, some of the things that were happening around us. And Squirrel Cage Jail is definitely an interesting location, but those are 2 definitely hot spots in that jail that we were gathering that night that we investigated there.
Right.
Yep. Makes sense. The bird area had the Estes method done in it, correct? Care to elaborate on how you felt, what was going on around you at that time?
Well, Brett.
I mean, I didn't know what was going on around me at the time.
No, but you felt like you were getting touched.
I did feel like I was being touched, and I remember hearing voices that just seemed really distinctive, and they kept coming through. Certain ones, you know, certain ones were just hard to make out, you know.
Right.
And but there were definitely certain voices that were coming through that radio that were just like the same tone, the same exact tone, and I was just like, yeah. Okay, so I gotta listen for that voice, you know?
Right.
And some of the answers that they were asking, I noticed during the video, when I was watching the video, some of those questions, like, were...
There was an Estes done in the bird area. You know, we were getting really, really amazing stuff throughout the bird area all night. Going on around me, it it feels eerie there. And I don't know if it's just your feelings when you start talking about that or not. But it definitely, it feels weird around you. And like I said, all night it felt like my hair was being pulled. And that was in different areas of the place. But I mean, really, it I don't know, it feels different there.
Somewhere, obviously they weren't, but the cat ball's obviously going off.
Right?
Yeah.
The cat balls, like, when we're talking about certain thing that could have been a yes or no type answer, the cat ball goes off, and I thought that was interesting. And then they asked it to turn it off, and then it stopped, and then they tried getting it to turn on a different one, and it didn't, and then it turned on that one, obviously. So I don't know. I just feel like the bird area definitely took the top spot.
Yeah.
Right, for sure.
Definitely.
If you had to watch something over again, that would be the spot to go and check that out, because he was saying some numbers that were like his jail number that was on the wall. Okay. And he was very intelligent and knew exactly what.
Yeah, I thought that was, like that whole murder 46.
Yes.
During the live feed, if you get the opportunity, we have a 2-hour live feed while we were there, and the number 46 murder axe comes through. All crazy, back to back to back, like questions we were asking, and yeah, that's definitely probably been one of the coolest CBP experiences we've had in a little bit.
Yeah,
That's good. I like that.
The cards were crazy. That's all I can really say about that.
So we appreciate each and every single one of you guys taking the time to tune in to our recap of the Squirrel Cage show. We would just like to say thank you, and not just that, but we will be going to more places really soon, and we would love to have you guys part of the community. So if you haven't yet, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment and share it, because we would love for you to be along for the journey. And we'll see you next time on Mystical Shadows 402.
Bye.
bye.